Peace and power, and welcome back to KTsAlchmy. I am Nina. I'm Katie's granddaughter, and I am here to get back into the big book of chart patterns. And so we are on chart patterns number 21 and 22. Okay, so 21 is gaps, and this is exhaustion. Gaps and exhaustion. And so the directional bias of this pattern is non-directional. The pattern type is a reversal. The pattern description: exhaustion gaps are gaps that occur later in the trend, which tend to be larger in size and pause for a couple of days following the gap before forming a new high or low. Volume description: most exhaustion gaps occur on high volume and represent the last gasp before the trend ends. Breakout confirmation: a large gap on high volume that occurs following a continuation gap near the end of the trend. The price fails to form a new high or low following the gap and then closes below the low of the gap day. Measuring technique: the target price is the high or low of the day prior to the gap. And give me a minute. Three, 8, 4, 6, 8. 3, 8, 4, 6, 8. Okay, y'all. I'm just sorry. I'm trading. And I'm protecting all of my profit, okay? But anyway, so the measuring technique: the target price is the high or low of the day prior to the gap. And so it will be right here. This will be the target because it reversed down here. So it's saying the target price is the high or the low of the day prior to the gap. Okay. Statistical notes: within 1 week, nearly 2/3 of exhaustion gaps close, and within 2 weeks, over 90% of gaps close. And we already discussed that. I told y'all when there's a gap, the market always comes back and closes that gap. So this is what it looks like on the chart. And these are what it looks like. You see what I'm saying? And then this is, if you use this type of candle, this is just another way of looking at it. The price will be right here, gaps up within the next day, and come on down. It is a reversal pattern. Okay, so that's pattern number 21, gaps, exhaustion. And pattern 22 is the head and shoulders inverted. So, here we are. We are working on the inverted. Here is both head and shoulder top, and then head and shoulder bottom inverted. This is the one we're looking at, the second one. And so I'll go ahead and go to the next photo. I want y'all to be clear in your understanding. Now, The directional bias of this pattern is bullish. Pattern type is a reversal. Pattern description. This pattern occurs at the bottom of a downtrend and is identified by three valley formation with the center valley or low forming a lower low than the other two. The neckline is a trend line that is drawn across the intervening highs and should be horizontal or downward sloping to the breakout area. There should be a degree of symmetry between the formation of the two shoulders and the head. Volume description. Volume tends to be high leading into the down move of the first shoulder, diminishes as the price rises, completing the left shoulder, is balanced during the formation of the head, and expands as the price breaks above the neckline. So we're talking about right here. This is shoulder number one, this is the head, and this is shoulder number two. This is the neckline. Okay. Okay. Breakout confirmation. A close above the neckline with above average volume. Measuring technique. Measure the distance between the first high to the low of the head right here, and then add that amount to the neckline on the breakout. So you will go here and add that, and that'll determine how far up it's going to go. Statistical notes. Gaps on the breakout day tend to help performance along with tall, narrow patterns. So if it break out that day, that helps it go a little bit further. Okay. All right. So these were two chart patterns in the big book of chart patterns. We are on gaps. That's pattern number 21. That's gaps exhaustion. And then pattern 22 is head and shoulders inverted. Peace and power. Oh, let me show y'all one more photo. I did have another one. Oop, I always had that on the end of my video. Okay, well, it is Virgo season, y'all. Let's get it. Peace and power.